Good afternoon, girls and boys. It's Julie coming to you from the Amherst branch of the Cumberland Public Libraries. And I've got a really fun game here for you guys today. It's quick and easy. You can make it with things that you have at home. All you need is some balloons in different colors, some masking tape, or even some Scotch tape would work. You need a hair dryer, and you need something tall and thin to use as a target. I just happen to have these pylons, so I'm going to use these, but you could use a pop bottle, you could use something with a long stick on it, you could even use your toilet plunger, because that's got a nice long stick on it. So anything that you have at home that is tall and thin will work for this. And what we're going to do is make these awesome rainbow flying balloons. And these things are so cool. You could actually do this outside as well, but if it's windy outside, the balloons are going to take off and you might never see them again. But this is something you could do inside because the balloons are not heavy, and if they land on something, they're not going to break anything. They're just very lightweight, and all you have to do is blow up 6 balloons. I just chose 6 different rainbow colored balloons because I liked the look of that. You could do them all the same color, you could do 2 colors, whatever you want. So you blow them up and make sure that they're just about the same size. These ones are, the red one's a little bit bigger than the purple ones, but blow them up, and then you're going to take pieces of tape. And the easiest way I found to do it, because the balloons get static and they try and run away from one another, is I just took the tape and I put it in the middle of 2 and I put them together. And I just kept them on a table and I just kept moving them around, and I ended up adding 2 pieces of tape in between each of them just because I wanted them to stay together when they're up in the air. I thought maybe one piece wouldn't hold them enough, and if they're bouncing on the floor and stuff, the tape might let go. So as you can see, I've used 2 pieces of tape in between each of the balloons, and I've just made this circle out of balloons. Now, how do you think we're going to make these fly? I mean, I could throw it up into the air and it flies on its own, but it comes back down. How do you think we could make this balloon stay up in the air? I know what some of you are thinking, because we've played this game at the library before, where you put the balloon up in the air and you just use your hands and you keep batting it around and it stays in the air. Well, this time we're going to make these balloons fly without using our hands. We're going to use this instead. Do you know what this is? That's right, it's a hair dryer. Do you think I'm just going to dry my hair? No, I'm not going to dry my hair. I'm going to use this as part of the game today. And I'm going to move my card out of the way before I get started, because you need a little bit of room. That's the important thing. If you're going to do this game at home, you're going to need a little bit of room, because you're going to want someplace to put the pylons. Now, you could play this with 2 people. Each person could have their own hair dryer, and you could chase the balloon back and forth and see if you could land it on the pylon on one side of the room or the other side. Something else you could use, if you have something like this at home, this is just a ring toss game that I had at home, and I thought this would be really cool, but I think the sticks on this one are not long enough to do this. Well, I don't think it would actually go on. Well, it would, but if you had a ring toss set that was bigger and the sticks were a little bit higher, this ring toss has different points, so you could actually build something like this at home, just out of cardboard and paper towel tubes. Paper towel tubes would work really well. And then you could put point values on them, and you could fly the balloons up into the air and have them land, and then count the points that you get from them landing. So I'm going to move my card out of the way, and I'm going to show you, we've got some of these pylons set up around the room, and I'm going to see, first I'm going to show you how the balloons fly, and then I'm going to see if I can make them land on one of the pylons. So we'll see if my aim is any good. I'm just going to move the card out of the way, and I'll be right back. So I've got pylons placed all around the room, and again, like I said, you can use anything that you have at home. You don't need to use pylons. Anything that you have that's tall and skinny will work as well. Or if you really want to get tricky, you could have a friend stand there with their arm in the air and see if you can get them to land the balloons on their arm. That'd be really cool. So let's see how these balloons are going to fly. So we're going to take a hairdryer, and I have my hairdryer attached to an extension cord just so I can move around a little bit more because the room's a little bit bigger. If you're going to do this, you got to be super careful to know where the extension cord is so that you don't trip over it and fall, because we don't want to see anybody get hurt. So you take a hairdryer, and you're going to put the hairdryer underneath the balloons. Now, once I turn it on, you're not going to be able to hear me speak again. So I'm going to show you how it works, and then I'm going to try and land it on one of the targets. And we're going to see if Greg can keep up with the balloons, because once they start flying, they like to go all over the place. So we're going to give this a try and see how we make out. Are you ready, Greg?
Yep.
All right, so now, if we turn the hairdryer on, I gotta step back again. I was getting too close to Greg. You could barely see it. So let's see if we can make it spin. And as you can see, if I pull the hairdryer away, the balloon starts to come back down again. If I put it up closer, the balloon goes up higher. So we're going to see, I'm going to see if I can get it on this pylon right here in the center. And I have pylons all around the room, and you could do it whatever way you like. You can use one target, or you can use a bunch of targets. So let's see if I can make this land where I want it to land. I almost got it. Let me try again. Oh, I almost got it. Let's try one more time and see if we can make it land. Let's try one more time. I don't know if I'm going to get this to land or not. Let me try one more time. You know what? I don't know if this is going to land on the pylons for me, so I'm going to see if I can get it to go really high in the air and then catch it on my arm. And then if you guys are able to do this, I'd like to see how you do it. So let's see if we can make it spin. Caught it on my arm. I couldn't make it land on the pylon. It just didn't want to do that for me. But I bet you guys can do this at home. You can, excuse me, you can set it up anywhere. You can use anything that you have at home, and you can have hours of fun with it. As long as you have a hairdryer, you can use it on the warm or the cold setting. Either one is going to work because it's going to make the balloon rise up in the air. And see if you can get it to land better than I did, because it did not want to land on the pylons for me. But I think you guys can do this. I have faith in you. I would love to see your balloon, your rainbow balloons. If you would like to take pictures of them and share them in the comments below, that would be fantastic. You guys have a great day now. Bye-bye.